Good morning from Ubud Bali. We had a stormy night last night with lightning and thunder. Good morning. And I liked it. I don't mind it. I don't know if that's like normal. Are we supposed to like inclement weather? I mean, isn't it supposed to be like through evolution, we're supposed to not like inclement weather for survival reasons? But I didn't mind it at all. It was beautiful lightning crashes and loud thunder. But today we're going to talk about traveling solo. And I get a lot of questions from people asking, you know, first of all, like why I travel solo, and also, you know, basically what are the reasons behind it? What are the logistics behind it? So that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I travel solo. And it's something for you to consider as well. It's not for everybody, but it's worked out really well for me. Okay, so let's talk. It's a rainy day in Ubud, Bali, and you know what? That's fine. I don't mind. I went out for a nice walk anyhow, and I just ducked into the Mingle Cafe. This is a really cool spot. I like places that have second floors because it kind of gets me away from the traffic, and often, as you can see here, there's also not a lot of people there, so I can kind of set up my equipment and do some videoing. Back to raining again. Yeah, it's beautiful though. I mean, it's just a great, relaxing rainy day, and there's actually so many different cafes here in Ubud that I wanted to try anyhow, so it just works out just fine for me. I don't mind. But okay, let's talk. Let's chat. I want to give you 5 different reasons why traveling solo has actually worked out very well for me. It's not for everybody, but it's actually been just right for me. The first has been itinerary. I change hotels a lot because I want to bring you the hotel, okay? It's not uncommon for me to be in a country for 30 days and stay in 4 different hotels, maybe even go to 4 different cities. And for a lot of people, that's kind of like unstable, you know? It's like, why are you traveling so much? You're getting on a bus, you're hiring like a scooter, you're hiring a cab, you're getting on a train. So it really gives you this sort of, like you're kind of like an unstable traveler. You're not staying in one place. And that's not relaxing for a lot of people. I actually enjoy the rain. I don't mind it. And last night we had a nice lightning storm. I just chilled out and enjoyed the whole thing. I think most people want to stay in one place and relax and enjoy the swimming pool, enjoy the area. But after about 7 days, you know, I want to show you another town. So itinerary, the ease of scheduling, what I need to do and moving, that just works out best solo. And sometimes I want to just change things on a whim. I just want to get up and go. I just want to completely change where I'm at, or something will happen and I'm just like, I'm going to go stay in another hotel that's on the other side of this town that I'm in. I'll see something a lot when I walk. I find some place that I love, you know, and yeah. So ease of itinerary, ease of ordering flights. I'm not checking with a second, third, fourth person, you know, can you make this flight? Can you make that flight? Is this time okay? Trying to get up in the morning, trying to go to the airport, and people are like, no, I want to sleep in, I want to stay in. Really, when you're traveling the way that I do, solo travel actually is the best itinerary-wise. Thank you very much. Thank you. This is common for me. I'll get an appetizer and a Coke Zero instead of a full meal. I like just to chill out and have something like this. And that way I can just hit more places and try whatever their specialty is. These were fantastic, by the way. Number 2, budget. The way that I travel is I am generally looking for appetizers over meals. I'm generally looking for Coke Zero over cocktails, unless I'm actually trying to bring you like an establishment on the show and I want you to just see what the actual like bartenders are doing and things like that. I just don't live an extravagant lifestyle. In fact, I live a budget lifestyle. And so for budget purposes, to be able to retire early and travel, solo travel works best for me. if I was trying to create some sort of a vacation-like atmosphere year-round, this would cost a fortune, and I would not be able to retire early. I double-checked downstairs, and yeah, it's still rainy and really wet outside, so no problem. I'll just stay upstairs and chill. For that reason, budget-wise, solo travel works perfect. I'm not able to stay at the finest hotels and eat at the best steakhouses in town. In fact, just the opposite. Just give me a little cafe on the road. I'm good. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the fancy. I'm not looking for the extravagant. I'm not sitting in first class. I'm not staying in the presidential suite. Most of my rooms are $14, $15 a night. That's my target. So budget-wise, solo travel is perfect. And then I meet up with people that are living maybe a different lifestyle. Maybe they travel extravagant and they're like, hey, just meet me in this country. Great. You stay in your place, I'll stay in mine, and I'll meet you out in town. I really enjoyed the spicy sauce that came with these duck spring rolls. Fantastic. Number 3 is going to be meeting people along the way. I love to say hello. I love to chat with people. I like to say good morning when I'm sitting down in cafes. I always kind of wait for an opening. People kind of look over and smile, and then I know it's okay that I'm not going to be bothering them. But then I'll start a conversation. And this has allowed me to build up a group of friends in countries all over. The Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, you know. Now I'm traveling through Indonesia. It's the same idea. You know, I might not be traveling with someone, but I make friends along the way. And that allows me to interact with the locals, and it's a nice way to find out about things. They tell you about places, and I bring those places to you. I bring places that are off the beaten track and the places you won't find on travel sites. And that's from, you know, a smile. And that's your best translation when you travel is a smile, okay? And meet people and get to know people and get their contact information and keep up with them and say hello to them. Meet people along the way. I tried my best. I was going to try and get outside and do some talking, but you know what? It started raining again, so I ducked into BOLLERO Cafe. I've been looking at this place for a while. I've been just trying to figure out when I was going to get in here. I loved it. Look at how cool it is. But in the rain, I figured, okay, perfect timing. I just found myself a seat upstairs. Look at how beautiful they did this place. Even the chairs, almost every chair had some kind of a different scheme to it, the way that they did the wood. I ordered the chicken gyoza, which was Japanese style. And I love gyoza, but you know, this gives you an example how I like to just do appetizers as I go. And that gives me an opportunity to try different things. And, you know, as many places as I'm trying, don't you think it would be tough if I had, like, another person with me? Like, can we just sit down and have a meal? That's not me. That's not how I do things. I like to try appetizers and go to different places. And that's a unique lifestyle. And when you're living this unique lifestyle, solo travel works best. A big thanks to the staff here. I went outside and tried to make it down the road, but nope, the rain got me, so I stopped into the Bamboo House. This place is very cool. It's both a hostel and a cafe, and the hostel was quite busy, just to let you know, if you're looking for that.
Here?
Sure. Thank you so much. The 4th reason why. I don't think it's hard to miss this from my videos, but I like my alone time. I like my time to just think. I've worked and I've lived in a lot of very congested places. I've worked in war zones, and I've traveled to some of the busiest, craziest places, and they're fun to visit, or maybe they're effective to work in because you make good money there. But that's not me. I actually really enjoy my alone time. I enjoy my time at peace. I like to reflect, I like to think, I like to write, I enjoy sketch art, things like that, you know. And I think that's a big part of why I enjoy traveling solo, is that I have my time to mingle, and then I can break away and I can actually spend some time just by myself. Sometimes the time we spend alone is very important. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good. Got a nice little cappuccino here in the rain. Perfect. You know, it's like therapy in a way. To be able to travel, you're seeing different things. It doesn't give you time to stress. I turn off the news. I turn off what's happening in the rest of the world. And I start to just focus and think about what's happening with me. I think about what's happening in front of me, what's happening right here, right now, instead of constantly stressing about what's going to happen in 5 years, 10 years, where things are going, you know, in another country where I have no control over that. I have no say over it. It doesn't, in any way, there's nothing that I can do to like go fix that. All I can do is just stress about it. I'm not going to do that anymore. And so traveling solo gives me that time almost like therapy. It's like the world is my therapist, and every day is a session. There was a time when I was addicted to the news. They want you to be afraid all the time. No, thank you. Spending time with family, spending time with my friends for the holidays, keeping up with them, meeting up with them. It's important to me. But getting this time to spend with myself is something I have not able to do for decades. I've been scraping and scrambling and working and traveling for work, and it's been stressful, and I need to turn it off. And so this time alone has been that for me. So the fourth reason why I enjoy traveling solo is because it is actually like therapy for me. It is a time of peace for me. It's time for me to reflect, and time for me to just figure out a little bit more about who I am. Reason number 4. Reason number 5. Cut. Reason number 5, what you're seeing right now. And what you're seeing is me trying to make it down the road, but the rain stopped me. But that's okay, because I stopped into this cool cafe, and wow, this place blew me away. This was not only a hotel, but it actually has a really nice restaurant cafe. It's one of the most beautiful places I saw. I tried my best to get out of the indoor environments here and go outside, but it started raining again. What can I do? So I popped into another cool little spot here. I'll show it to you here in a moment. But yeah, the fifth reason why I travel solo is really what you're looking at right now, because I'm constantly in video production. About 8 hours a day, I am walking around with a camera, and I'm walking around with a tripod and batteries and cables that are coming out of my bag, and I'm looking for shots and angles. And at the end of the evening, I go home, shower, sit down, and I go to editing, and that can be 2 to 4 hours a night. So what kind of, how can you really have like a travel partner when you're doing something like that? It really just wouldn't even make sense. You're constantly in video production. And I love it, because being retired, I have to have a hobby. And this gave me this hobby. It gave me a hobby that was technical, because I'm a nerd. So I had to kind of learn all the technical side of it. And it gave me, something to do. The staff here was wonderful. I had a really good conversation with them. They were asking me about my travels and where I was going to next. And of course, with the rain, a lot of people are kind of ducking in and grabbing a bite. I'm constantly looking for shots. I'm using Google Maps to get to locations. Once I get there, I'm trying to make sure that I have certain video that I've taken, and also make sure I'm writing down the name of places and what it is that I eat and things like that, in case I want to use that later on. Yeah, I mean, it's a great hobby, and it's just become it was exactly what I wanted and what I needed, but very hard to do with another person. And I think that they would just eventually be like, what the heck, all day long you're doing this, and then all night long you're editing, you know? So that's probably the biggest fifth reason. That fifth reason is probably different than what most people would deal with. The first four reasons to travel solo probably relate to everybody, but the fifth reason is very unique. But that's my 5 reasons. So I am going to relax out of the rain now. I'm really glad that you spent some time with me. And we're going to continue to travel around Indonesia, and then we're going to go to another country after that. So I hope that you come along with. I'm having a wonderful time, and I love the rain. I don't mind it at all. Last night, like I said, we had a great lightning storm, and I loved it. I just sat and watched the lightning and the thunder crashing. We'll talk again soon, and aloha. No video is complete without the mad dog of Ubud.